So how do you approach marketing for both of your projects?
Yeah, well, marketing for an audit is tough, right? But we've kind of hit stride recently. We really thought for the longest time, I'll say this was my biggest failure in in crypto so far, is not really understanding. Uh, so I really understood VTubers. I was really excited about VTubers. I understood like flipping NFTs and like degenerating NFTs and stuff. And I also understood commissioning NFTs from really talented artists. I think Nairobi's in the audience. Really, really cool, talented artist who I've commissioned a few times and has done like super amazing work. Like I got that. Like that made sense to me. But like the side of NFTs, like the pumpy side of NFTs, the NFT Twitter side of NFTs, like getting those people hyped and excited to to like pay attention to your project. I found that to be really hard. It's very much dissimilar to like DeFi and even like to like shitcoin Twitter. It's different. And so like once we minted out and everything, and the community was really excited. It was a big like cool deal, and then we found that like it was really tough to get like continued traction and continued attention from NFT people, and we didn't really get a ton of it from them to begin with. And a lot of people were like DeFi people who were just interested in the tech or like regular crypto Twitter people. We just kept trying more and different ways to like break into that, like to get them to pay attention. And then eventually we realized through the help of like our community managers and our community itself, like, yeah, there's no real value in that for us. We are an NFT that actually does a thing. It's a lot different than like a traditional like profile picture or whatever. And we just leaned into the community stuff, and we found that that was a lot more. That was a lot more compelling for folks. Investing our time and our efforts in getting people in to like do gaming tournaments and streaming and like to make sure that the people who are streaming with an artist like felt really seen, for instance, was we found that was a lot better of time investment, and that our community managers and our marketing people and our actual community were much more excited about that than pandering to advertising to the NFT community. So I think for everybody it's different. I think you just have to kind of figure out like what it is that people like about your project. And I mean, just go around and ask them. Like around Christmas last year, I was feeling really frustrated that I couldn't figure out like, man, how do we have this really cool thing and nobody's paying attention to it? How do we like make sure that people remember that this awesome thing exists? And so I was so frustrated. I just individually messaged like every honor holder in Discord I could find, like, hey, like, just for a yearly wrap up, like Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, like what do we do right? What do we do wrong? What do you want to see us do differently? And I got a lot of really cool answers that I never thought about before. And we shifted paths on that, and because of that, and yeah, we found like a lot more success because every project is different. Every like community coalesces around a project for a different reason, and I think like you just have to have your ears open, and you'll figure it out.
I definitely agree with that. I think that's a great set of questions to kind of send out to people who are fans of the project. A lot of projects do kind of miss that two-sided or that two-way feedback loop.
Definitely, yeah, and I'm guilty of it more than anybody else because like I mean, I spent months like totally just like focused on BD, focused on like God, like how we're not getting our name out there enough, and it just turned out that like the way you do that is by like making people actually in the community already happy, right? It makes perfect sense. I should have understood it, but it's a blind spot because you get caught up in like, oh, this big NFT influenza isn't talking about my thing. Like, well, it turns out it doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah, exactly.